evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?
Hello and welcome back to Paradise Cove here on Dinkum. I am your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. Let's see. It's the last day of summer. We're gonna bring this with me because I'm gonna put it somewhere else. So we got mail. We've got what's going on over here? Anything? Nothing over there. We've got bananas. Now, this one we've already harvested, so we should have 9 trees worth of bananas to harvest here. Which would be what? Yeah, 18, that's right. Now, for coconuts, we're still on a every other tree thing, so I'm going to leave those alone for now. Let them continue to populate. The music is different. So that's cool. Because tomorrow is going to be fall, so I guess that's what that's about. So let's just fill up the watering can, put it away, and now, is there anything in there that I need to bring with me? I don't believe so. So let's go. Let's hop on the old motorbike. Love this thing. Alright, I don't know that I need anything from Fletch, but we'll at least say hello. See what she's up to. What you want to chat about? I have 2 carrot I don't need. Would you like to buy them? Sure. So that's that. What's up, medical person? Old Looney Tunes reference. Gotta love it. Those are old requests, so we'll just leave them alone. Erwin's in town. Hey, welcome to Erwin's barn. How can I help? We're not going to buy any animals yet, but do you have a job for me? He wants me to catch a tarpon. I don't... Oh, in the billabongs this time of year. So we'll say, no problems, Broseph. We'll try to do that. Now, I don't know if John's in there yet, and I don't think I have anything for Theodore, but we'll at least come and say hello, and let's just say we have one. Oh, look, red-black spider. Very poisonous. Ain't it cute? So we'll donate that. And he's excited, and I get 100 permit points. That's all. And I want to chat. You need anything? Are you interested in buying a pink cabinet? Not really. No. So, I mean, I don't think I want a pink cabinet. I don't know what I would do with it. So let's come in here, talk to John, and we'll sell him all of this stuff. Cooked yabby. Hang on to that for a second. I don't want to sell him those bananas. I think that's all I want to sell him. Can I could sell him the goldfish trophy? What a slap in the face that would be. Like, I beat him in the thing and then I sell him the trophy. Like, I don't really want this piece of trash. Do you want it? And he'd give me like 20 grand for it. So that's interesting. So we'll buy the old gear. Tomorrow is Sunday, so we will end up going mining. I'm going to buy this pickaxe so we've got an extra. I'm also going to buy a fishing rod. Because we're going to do a bunch of fishing today. So buckle up, y'all. Go, 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 go. Oh, smashed into the wheelbarrow. Ah! Alright, I guess we can put carrots in there. We'll put... Actually, let's bring half the bananas and we can put those in the, what's it called? Out back. The billy cans. That needs to go in there. This pickaxe is going to go in there. As is... I'm going to put a lot of stuff away. Actually, you know what? We'll hang on to most of this stuff for now. But I definitely want to bring these with me for later. So bananas go in there. We're going to whip those up. And now, come on. Oh, I can't go forward because there's a scarecrow in the way. Really don't have that laid out very well, but it's alright. Alright, so stop driving. We're going to put this, no, not there. Right in the middle. I can't center it, but whatever. As long as it's on the table, out there in the open, so that everybody can see my trophy, and John has to just own the fact that he's a failure, and I whooped him. No! Well, that's stupid. Hey, will you go in there? Aha! Well, no. Pick it up. Jeez Louise. It's a struggle, y'all. Okay, so traps are set. We kind of have everything that we need there. I need to go to Billabong's, which I think this is considered a Billabong. So we can just go right over there. And we're going to try and catch a tarpon. Now, I don't really know what they look like. But, like I said, we're going to do a lot of fishing today. And late into the night, we will be doing some fishing. Somebody put a comment in the last few episodes that we're going to try and take advantage of. It's a strategy where you stay up late, you set up some grills, and you go ocean fishing late at night. And the idea is that a tarpon? Catch a bunch of fish, put them on the grill, and then they're not taking up any space individually because they stack as cooked fish. There's a jungle perch. Come on, get it out there to that guy. That's going to be another bony tongue. So I kind of am thinking that we're not going to find that tarpon in this billabong. Because I've only seen a few fish, period, and they've all been bony tongues or what was that other one I got? Let's jump in here. You know what? Let's look for another billabong. So let's go like this. See, billabong, right? This also counts as billabong. So that is right over here, right? Let's grab some wattle while we're at it, I guess. Now, I gotta watch for those gators, but I see several different fish out here, which is promising. And I said gators again, didn't I? They are crocs. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah! Hey! Come on. I want them to snap at me. Because that's when you have an opening to go after them. I can't see. There we go. Got some croco meat. Now, with my luck, that probably was the tarpon that I had hooked. So maybe I just try and kill these. Well, it started the music like they were going to come at me, but he didn't. But anyway, what was I talking about? We're going to just try and catch a bunch of fish today. Come on, give me the tarpon. Barcoo grunter and... Oh, catch 4 fish. So that's that. Saw 6 planks and plant 1 tree. We should probably actually during the day today try and go. What do we got here? Is that a tarpon? We should probably cut down some trees to try and find us a queen bee. Tarpon. Perfect. So that is for... Who was it? Theo? Erwin. So let's go real quick back and give that to him. Get out of the way, dude. Skadoosh. I want to chat. This is for you. Oh, you found a tarpon. Yeah, sure did. There you go, man. Whack-a-doo! Through post through again. Here's my reward. A palm mirror stand. And as per usual, for now, we're going to just park this thing out here in the middle of town. Because I don't really have much use for it. So, what I want to do now is back to the motorcycle, and I'm going to go looking for blackwood trees. Because I want us to get a... What's it called? Beehive. Now, I got to watch for the croc over there. I should probably... No. Bottle tea. We're going to drink 2 of them. That'll help our energy replenish super fast. Look at all the crocs out there. Jeez. Alright, so no... There are trees over there, and I think I can get there on a bridge from over this way. Here we go. Maybe? Okay. But anyway, I'd love to get us that queen bee. I think this is the episode. And I will tell you now, as disheartening as it is for me to recall this moment, I started playing earlier, and then I got interrupted and had to pause, except I forgot to actually pause the game. I just left it with the menu pulled up, and when you do that, time is running, and not only that, so are violent animals in your area. Hey, we got a beehive. And so, sure enough, I ended up coming back eventually, and hey, we got the queen bee! I was about to finish my comment that in the midst of my playing up to that point, I had already captured the queen bee. So I am really happy that we managed to get another one just now, because it was really bothering me that I had it and lost it because I forgot to hit pause. Because when I came back, it was asking me if I wanted to revive my guy, and of course, I was not about to do that, because that would have just been, you know, a massive setback. So, anyway, now we got us a queen bee. We're going to head back to the homestead. I don't think I have everything I need for... Look at the tread marks. Oh my gosh, pick that up. In the water. Like on the rock there. Ay. What was I saying? I don't think we have everything that we need for the... What's it called? The beehive. But we should have most of the ingredients now for that recipe. So I just want to kind of get back, check that out, and if there's anything that I can get today to leave myself in a position to then make the beehive, or the bee house. Where are you, bee house? Right there. 2 iron bars. Ooh, I might have everything. I didn't get a chance to look at this earlier. Our banana jam is ready. And I only have 1 iron bar and 3 iron ore, so I don't have enough for this. So, what we're going to do, queen bee is going to come right here, and we're going to put it right there. Now, let's head back. Let's actually go like this. Get the other fish that I caught, bring them down here, and we'll cook them. We took Theo his tarp on. Alright, pick all that stuff up. And kind of what I'm hoping to get out of this is an idea of how much we can make off of John from a massive fishing expedition like we're about to endeavor upon. So let's come in here. So we're going to sell him these 6 cooked freshwater fish. Now keep in mind those are just freshwater, and they're worth basically 2,000 apiece. So the ocean ones you'd think would be more valuable, saltwater. So we'll see. Cooked yabbies I think we're going to hang on to. We're going to sell him the honey and the banana jam, and I think that's it. I want to cook the croco meat. So heck, we got 17,000 just for that stuff. Alright, back to the homestead. Now this is going to be a long day, because we're going to stay up late doing a bunch of fishing like I think I had kind of talked about. So for now, what I want to do is get a little bit more situated. So I want to cook that. That's already been cooked. I want to saw these logs. So let's put the croco meat on there. I think one of the goals for today was to saw 6 logs, so that's that already. Excuse me. Alright, croco meat number 3 goes on. What was the other side quest? Plant 1 seed? Is that what that said? 1 tree seed. We can do that. I can just plant a random one, like outside of my tree farm. So we're going to go like this. Boom. Go like that. Shovel it. Boom. All those are done. This stuff is done. Let's get moving now. Okay, so seeds are in this box. I did it again. Those go in there. Oh, pick up the croco meat. Those go in there. Screwed up again. So we're gonna put the croco meat in there. Actually, let's put away the tools that I know I'm not going to need the rest of the day. Like, I don't plan on using my bug net, pickaxe, axe, maybe the shovel and the spear, so we'll keep those. So I think we are good on that front. Now let's go like that. Spear, shovel, food. I need to put away the flowers. Now, where do we want to go is the question here. I like totally slid through the trees right there. I probably actually want to go by boat now that I think about it. So let's go over here. And let's set sail for the open seas. And we are going to spend a ton of time. Which way do I want to go here? Kind of straight through there, up around the dock. And I'm thinking we go like up in this neighborhood. It's a little bit of a trek for me to get there, but I'm going to actually try something here real quick. There we go. Pick up the, yeah. See, I want that guy closer for me to be able to stab him, because I don't think I can stab him from the boat. I think he's like, he'd be too low for me to get to him. But I have learned, as you can just see, how to kill jellies. You just got to stab them. Which means you got to get close enough to them to stab them, or they got to get close enough to you. And it was out around here that I wanted to go, wasn't it? Hey! Who's that? Hey, come here! Dude! Hey! Bushranger, meet Ted Selly. Oh, good eye. The name is Ted Selly, and you are? Drew, huh? Nice to meet you, Drew. I've been visiting Paradise Cove for a while now. You have? I haven't seen you. You kind of look like the Knights of Ni from Monty Python. You must be the one I heard about getting settled here. Move here too. Heh. Not old Ted Selly. I don't like being held down, get me? I like going places and hunting. I can make some handy hunting gear if you want. Just ask me. I'll be visiting Paradise Cove every now and again. I hope we bump into each other in the future. G'day. Well, Drew, always nice bumping into you. What can I do for you? Well, let's see what he can make. Whoa, these are expensive. Alpha Bat, Alpha Trident, Ice Hammer, Star Saber, Croco Burley Box. Ooh, they lure animals in. So this would lure crocos. This would lure bush devils. This would lure sharks. Stuns enemy when it explodes. So these are like hand grenades? This isn't the saber you're looking for. It does 20 damage. It's 2 million. And you need all of... I was going to say, surely it's not just that. So what do I need for, like, for example, an alpha... I think I want a bat, not a spear. Flaming bat. Alpha eye from an alpha devil. So I got to kill a bunch of... I guess kill the alpha devil. Does it drop that every time? I don't know. Copper ore, iron ore. Opal we already have. So I can't remember how to make flaming bat. But anyway, he's going to be able to make us some stuff. Do you want to buy anything? I don't really want to sell him these because I want to eat these later for the fishing buff. So cancel that. But we need to remember, like, he's here. It's a Saturday. I don't know when he comes. I'm going to need to look into this. Righto, mate. Can we at least chat? Do you need anything? 6 syrinx shell. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, bud. You know what? I got fishing to do. Oh, man. Look how slow. I got this thing way up on the shore here. Obviously, that was not intended, but I was excited. I saw old Ted Selly over there. He whistled at me. And he definitely got my attention. I think we can get these jellies here. So let's go like this. Jump out. Heck yeah. So, oh, get that one. Oh, I got seaweed out of that too. Who was it that wanted seaweed earlier? Well, I don't want to get exhausted getting seaweed. That would be embarrassing. Come on, get in the boat. All right. So anyway, We got lots to do now. I should be sort of looking for pearls, I guess, while I'm at this, but also, more importantly, looking for, like, notable fish in the water. Because if we see anything awesome, we wants to catch it, right? Is this the way I want to go here? Not really. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but I want to go more towards the open ocean. I was like, oh, the music changed, but it's not danger music, it's just different music. I see you there, Sharky. I'm giving you plenty of space. I leave you alone, you leave me alone, everybody's happy. Kind of hoping we see, like, a marlin or a whale. Not a shark. That's not the large ocean creature that I am wanting. Anything I can stand on that rock and catch? Although I could just stand on the boat, so it really doesn't matter. Alright, so where is that island that I was heading for? That ought to be it straight ahead. Right? Not a lot of vegetation on it. But anywho, this is where we are going to set up. Oh my goodness, y'all. I didn't bring the grills. Idiot. I need the grills for this strategy to work. So, I apologize, but we're going to just have to row all the way back to our homestead. What a knucklehead. Ooh, is that a... That's a pearl. So we can call that a win. Now that's one positive from that mistake, is that I found a pearl in the process. Alright, now where do I need to go here? There and to the left. Oh, that's frustrating. In fact, I might be just as fast to go straight this way. Let's go like this. Let's mark the boat. And now we're going to go home on foot. I think this will be just as fast. I got to get home and just grab what do I need to grab? The grills. And then we hoof it back to our spot where we just were. Ooh, firefly. Oh, I don't have my net. Oh, that's frustrating. This is time we're going to have to make up. Although it really doesn't matter. It's just now the episode will be a little bit longer. So I guess since we're here, why don't we put that in there? Seaweed is identified as a blue thing, so I guess that'll go in there. Pearls go in there. I can't remember what I needed 5 pearls for, but now we've got them. So, actually, here's what we can... No, I don't want to take my motorcycle, because then I'll either be leaving the boat or the motorcycle behind. So, wasn't there a bridge that I crossed on the way to do this? Or am I misremembering that now? Is that the bridge right there? I think so. So we didn't lose a ton of time. There was a wolf howling just now, I think. Anyway. Where is... Oh, there's Ted Selly just hanging out there. Where is my boat, y'all? I am heading the wrong direction. There it is. I'm trying to, like, watch where I'm going and use the map. I was kind of hoping I could get that guy. Here we go. All right. Get in the water. Come on. There we go. Now we're cooking. I can undo that, and it should be pretty much straight this way. So basically, if I see fish on the way over there, I can stop and try and get them. Because, like, there's one right there. Because the reason I'm headed for that island is because that's where my grill is going to be set up. Come on, fight it, man. That was weird. He didn't look like he was very close to it, but... What is this fish? Hey, quit pulling, dude. He's feisty. A lionfish. Heck yeah. That's a new one, I think. So there's a fish coming sort of at me right over here. I think we're going to end up catching a lot of bluefish in this process. Which is fine. I think you get, like, multiple saltwater patties from them each. So that's cool. I still struggle to see the fish under the water, so I kind of have to, like, stop for a second and wait for them to move, and then I can spot them. But anyway, I think... Oh, man! Hey, don't you go trying to escape on me, because I think that's a lionfish, and I want him. Why is it not letting me catch him? Does he have to be farther away before it, like, gives me a chance to engage in the minigame? There we go. I think that's what it is. It doesn't let you get a cheap, easy catch by being right on top of it, maybe. But not a big deal. We'll get him. You know what I should have done is I should have upgraded my reel to copper. It would have lasted longer because it would have been it would have gotten back to full value or durability, and it reels in faster. So we kind of screwed that up. He's getting far away now. I don't like that so much. I kind of want to see some big bad, like, marlins and stuff. I think we caught one of them at some point and then donated it to Theo, but I'd like to get one for selling. Hang on. So we're going to be fishing for a while. So it is story time. Those of you who are relatively new to the channel are gonna hear a story probably for the first time that is the story of my child's birth. Particularly my second child, but the story starts with my first child. So I have two kids, girls 12 and 10. Those aren't their names, those are their ages, by the way. You gotta distinguish these things these days. Anyway, the first child, we were going to try and have a natural... Well, I say we. My wife wanted to have a natural childbirth. So we were, like, going to classes and doing all these things to kind of prepare us for the whole situation. And come the day of her birth, she calls me and tells me she's starting to have contractions or whatever, and so I leave work, get home, and it's just kind of like I could tell she's a little bit uncomfortable, but more so that she's just like not really sure what to expect. So anyway, it gets to the point where it's like, you know what, we should probably go to the hospital. And at this point, I kind of figured we'll get there, we'll be there forever. You know, a lot of times when it's your first, you go there too early and then they send you home. So we were trying to wait until we thought it was the right time. So she was kind of trying to like make sure she wasn't that person that showed up and it was like, you're not even close to ready. Get out of here. So anyway, we're driving to the hospital and she starts to get like really uncomfortable now. She's having like serious contractions and she thinks she's going to have the baby in the car and she tells me as much. And I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 please no. Like I can't So we get to the hospital and at this point she is like really really uncomfortable. She is screaming in the car. There goes my rod. So she's screaming in the car in pain, basically. And so you're not supposed to do this, but I pulled up to the emergency entrance at the hospital, which is basically like reserved for ambulances, right? And immediately someone comes running over, like, you can't park there, you can't park there. And then they heard my wife as soon as I opened the door, and they were like, it was like if you've ever seen somebody kick an anthill, how like ants just kind of go scrambling in 1,000 different directions, and you know, like that's pretty much what happened with the hospital staff. They were running everywhere. People were screaming out orders and saying get a wheelchair and all this. So they get her in a wheelchair and they take her inside, and like one of the people tells me like just get whatever you need out of the car and we will park your car for you. It's like, oh, okay. Like, so quickly turned from an emergency entrance where I can't park to like a valet service for baby delivery. It was awesome. So anyway, I get out, I go inside, and I'm like in the lobby and there's no one there. I'm like, where is my wife? And they said, well, just go up to the, third floor or whatever floor it was, and when you get there, you'll hear her. And so I'm like, all right, yeah, I don't know why you couldn't just give me a little bit more specific. But anyway, they were right. I get up there, and you could definitely tell exactly where my wife was just by listening. And so I get into the room, and about 30 minutes later, we have a baby. And so it was that fast. Like we were checked in technically to the hospital for 33 minutes before the time of birth. So that experience led to the story of my second child being born, which, believe it or not, is even crazier. Oh man, accidentally hit right click, but I might have just, yeah, we just might have expedited this process by hooking them in closer. Anyway, so with my second child, now we're being careful, right? Like, whew, that was close. Like, let's make sure we get there in plenty of time so that we don't have this happen again. And so my wife is, approaching her due date. And in fact, she's actually past her due date now by a couple of days. And she calls me, and it's like 4 o'clock. So I leave work, get home. She's making dinner. She seems totally normal. She was having some minor contractions or whatever, but totally comfortable, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, come on, man, come get this. So we have dinner, and now we know we're probably not going to be here for several days, so we put some of the leftovers down the disposal in the sink. And the sink clogs. So now it's like, oh man, I can't have a clogged sink for days while I'm gone. So I call my father-in-law and actually first, I get under the sink and I'm looking at what all's going on under there. And it's a mess. Like, we had just moved into the house, and the people that lived there before us apparently don't know anything about plumbing because they were using electrical tape, or not electrical tape, duct tape, which is for like air ducts, not water pipes, right? So anyway, I get in there and it's not good. So even though I wanted to like get in there and try and do this myself, I knew I wasn't going to have time. So I tell my father-in-law, like, hey man, I sent him a picture of everything and is like, here's the situation, and you can see what I need, and then just go to Lowe's, get the appropriate parts and materials or whatever, and if you can fix this while we're at the hospital, that would be amazing. So at this point, I tell my wife, hey, why don't you go up and get in the shower? I'll get this taken care of. Whenever you're out of the shower, we'll go to the hospital. And she's just now starting to like seem even remotely uncomfortable. It was the first time, like, as I told her that and she started walking up the stairs, was the first time I heard her kind of like, like kind of hold her breath or gasp in, discomfort. That was it, right then, that moment. And by the time she got upstairs and got into the shower, I was in a panic. Because now all of a sudden, it went from that one little gasp of discomfort to moans of agony and borderline screams. And now I'm like, babe, get in the car. We got to go. And so we hurry, get her in the car. My wife, or my mother-in-law, just got to the house. Or actually, no, she wasn't even there yet, I don't think. She was on her way to come and just stay with our oldest child while we were at the hospital. And my sister-in-law was on her way, and she was going to go to the hospital with us. She was just pulling into the driveway as my wife was like getting into the car, and as soon as she got in the car, her water broke. So now it's like, all right, we definitely got to get going because she's uncomfortable. Now her water broke, and for those of you who are thinking like that's absolutely gross, I hope you burned that car when this was over. We had a whole bunch of towels down on the seats and blankets and stuff, so that cleanup was actually pretty easy. We did get the car detailed just out of an abundance of caution. But anyway, her water breaks in our garage. 2 minutes later, we are driving. And I live in a neighborhood, well, at that time, we were in a subdivision where it's like 2 blocks to get out of the subdivision. We didn't make it out of the subdivision before I pulled over the car and called 911. Now, meanwhile, this is kind of funny too. I'm trying to call my sister-in-law, who is in the car behind us, following us to the hospital. There's a fish right there, and he won't bite. There he comes. So I'm trying to call her, and I'm trying to do it hands-free because I'm driving about 1,000 miles an hour in our neighborhood. And obviously I don't want to take my hands off the wheel. And so I'm calling her hands-free, and I'm telling my car, like, call Amanda. Her name's Amanda. And my car is like, would you like to call Amber? And I'm like, no, I don't want, like, no, call. And so I tried that a couple times, didn't work. Anyway, didn't matter because before I could get her on the phone, I had to pull over because I could tell like my wife said, like, I am having this baby right now. We've got to stop the car because it's coming. So I stopped the car, pull over on the side of the road, and I call 911. As soon as I stop the car, I dial 911. And I'm trying to tell them where we are. But the problem is, there is a woman 2 feet from me screaming bloody murder. So they can't even hear me. So I'm trying to explain to them where we are. They can't hear me. My sister-in-law pulls up behind me, and I give her the phone, and I tell her, hey, it's 911. Just tell them where we are because we aren't going to make it to the hospital. And when I handed her the phone, the call dropped. So now the process with 911 is that if somebody calls and they get disconnected, they call back, right? Pretty simple concept. So as soon as I handed her the phone, I'm like trying to explain to her what to do, right? Talk to 911, tell them where we are. And in that meantime, I'm also trying to, and this is obvious that this had to happen. I know it's a little awkward to talk about, but I had to take my wife's pants down. So I'm working on that and hand her the phone. And by the time 911 called back, the baby was out. So like I got her pants down and literally like seconds later I was holding my daughter. It was insane. Absolutely insane. So I'm one of the very few people I know that have experienced a roadside birth. Come on, Fish. I don't want to have to recast. But he's going the other way. So that didn't work out. There's one over there. Hang on. No, he's going away now. Dang it. Let's go over there closer to them a little bit. So, kind of right there, maybe? What you got for me, Bluefish? Come on, bite it. So that was the story of our child's birth. It was like, from the time she called me at work to tell me that she felt like her first contraction or whatever, to the time that I was actually holding the baby was less than 6 hours. And when you hear stories, or you may even have experienced this yourself if you're female, or if your wife may have experienced this or whatever, but there's stories of people spending like 2 days in the hospital in labor. And while I sympathize with those people because I understand that that's just exhausting, let me tell you how scary it is delivering a child on the side of the road in November in the dark, having very little medical knowledge in general, and the cord was wrapped around her neck. So when she came out, I was afraid that the reason it happened so fast was like that there was something wrong. Because that's something that I do understand can happen, where like a woman will go into labor early, and it's because there's some sort of issue with the fetus. And that's what I was kind of afraid of. But as soon as I realized it was like that, I just unwrapped the cord and she was fine. But you talk about scary. I mean, you don't have time really to think about what's going on. You are like totally reacting on instinct because you've never been trained, obviously, to handle a situation like that. So that was fun. But that's probably the craziest story of my life. So what other stories can we tell while we're just killing time here? I was just thinking about this. Tomorrow is Sunday. We're not going to even be able to sell all these fish to John because he is closed tomorrow. So that's going to be a little bit of a bummer. But how are we doing on... Look at all those. It's like all bluefish. Is there a way that I can... You know what? Why don't we... Did I set up the grill already? No. So why don't we move to a different part of the ocean? So like let's go up here. And now I think it's like, no, stop. I'm going the wrong way here. I think I want to go this way. Yeah. Now we're headed north. I can head just about straight this direction. Now it says, is this an actual pearl site? Is that the one I got earlier maybe? I'll bet it is. So I'm not going to waste any time hunting around for that. But anyway, let's go to a different part of the ocean and see if we get different fish, like on the northern side of the island instead of the east side. What's that right there? There's a couple of fish right here. Let's just get them. I think they're bluefish, but since I see them, we'll get some. Let's see. What other crazy stories can I tell? Well, this isn't really a crazy story, but it's kind of cool. So I don't know how many people listening know who Sturgill Simpson is. He's a musician who actually now goes by Johnny Blue Skies. He kind of said at one point, like, I'm only making 5 albums as Sturgill Simpson. Like, that's it. And so he did this album recently where he goes by Johnny Blue Skies, and people are asking him, like, well, when are you going back to being Sturgill? And he's like, I'm done being Sturgill. Like, guys, that guy's, he don't exist no more. Which is, he's just kind of, he's an independent artist, basically. But now he's produced other artists that are pretty well known, like Tyler Childers. But anyway, Sturgill, his guitar player is like one of my brother's best friends, his lead guitarist. And so anytime they're touring together, it's Lauer Joe Metz is the guitarist, and he gets us the hookup. So he did a show in Nashville a few months ago that we went to, and Lauer got us nice tickets or whatever. And then after the show, we meet up with the band, and at the, like right there at the venue. Oh, pockets are full. So do I want to swap anything? No. So we got to set up shop here. So let's go ahead. Oh my gosh, let's go ahead and get to the island. So anyway, we went to a Sturgill Simpson concert. Got to talk with Lauer and the band afterwards, and he's also friends with a couple other guys in the band. Ooh, there's a pearl right there. So what I'm going to do is let's go like this. No. I need a little bit of space here. And go like this, and go like this, and say, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Go like that. Boom. And now I should have that pretty well marked. Anyway, let's get to the island here. So we went to the concert. It was an awesome time. I can kind of go right on this thing. I kind of like this idea. So grill. So we can start grilling this fish up. Although it's going to fall in the water. That's going to be super annoying. So no, we're not doing that. So pick that up. But anyway, so we go to the concert. Is the lionfish seriously producing that much goodness? And after the show, we go talk with the band, and it's like his bass player, the guy at the time that was playing the keys for him, and the lead guitarist. Like, my brother's friends with all of them, but he's really good friends with Lauer, who's the lead guitarist. I mean, he lived with my brother for a while. So anyway, we got to spend a ton of time with those guys, hanging out, talking. And if you know who Sturgill Simpson is and like appreciate his kind of music, you get why I'm talking about this. Like, the dude is such a talented musician. Why don't we eat I want to eat the yabby. And see, it gives me a fishing buff. Although, I should have done those one at a time. So that's kind of a bummer. Anyway, so that was cool. We got to spend a lot of time hanging out with Sturgill Simpson's band. I mean, Lauer is like a Grammy Award-winning musician. Instrumentalist of the year kind of stuff. Like, he is incredible. And he's hilarious. We went out afterwards, had some drinks. We ended up closing down a bar. So we went to this, bar that's like it's a dive bar that's known for having really good music. So we went there, hung out for a while. We ended up closing the place down and then gave Lauer a ride home. And then the next morning, he came over for breakfast. We went, had some, early morning cocktails and stuff. Super fun. So we got to see Sturgill. I got to see Tyler Childers recently. Went and saw Paul McCartney in Atlanta. So that was a story. So Paul McCartney was supposed to play a show in Nashville. And it was at a new venue that had just recently opened, and it's tiny. It only seats like 4,000 people. So getting tickets to that one was like obviously going to be hard. And I'm in line for tickets, and I was like number 3,400 or something. So I'm thinking like, oh man, I got a chance here. And sure enough, I get into the queue to actually buy tickets. So I just grabbed, I think it was 4 that it would let you take. I grabbed 4, threw them into a cart, and went to check out, and my computer, it reset. Or the page froze. So now I'm in a situation where I'm praying for, like, everything I've got inside me. I'm just praying that when I hit the refresh button, everything is still in the cart, and I can just finish checking out. And nope. As soon as I hit refresh, it put me back in the queue, and I was number like 23,000. And I was heartbroken, obviously. So that was for the Nashville concert. We ended up getting tickets to the Atlanta concert. And so we went. And then my brother lives in Nashville. So a couple days later, I can't remember how far apart the shows were, but it was literally like 2 or 3 days apart. He's at work, and he works downtown Nashville, and he gets an alert on his phone that there are like 11 extra tickets for sale for the Paul McCartney concert in Nashville. So he leaves work on foot and runs to the box office to try and get these tickets. And when he gets there, there's like 4 people in front of him in line. Okay. And he hears the people like 2 people in front of him order tickets for another show. So now he's thinking like, oh man, I actually have a chance to get some. And sure enough, when he gets up there, there's still 4 tickets left. Because you could only buy, I think, 2 at a time in this line or whatever. So obviously somebody had gotten there. But anyway, there were 4 tickets left. Actually, no, they would let you buy 4. Because he thought about buying all of them. But there was a guy behind him in line. And he's like, I don't know, the karma would kill me. So he bought 2. And he and a buddy ended up going. I probably could have gone, but I just started a new job at that point, and I didn't want to skip another day of work to go to a concert for Paul McCartney when I just saw him like 3 days before. But man, that concert was awesome. He is, one of the greatest rock and roll musicians of all time. And obviously super influential. The show was really good, though. I mean, he plays all of the greatest hits throughout his career or whatever. Some crazy talented musicians on stage with him. It's just a fun show. And he does things like, that get the crowd involved, where it's like the na 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 when he does Hey Jude or whatever. He'll get one side of the crowd to sing it, then the other side, then he'll do like just the ladies, and they'll go, and then just the men, and they'll go, and stuff like that. So it was, like I said, it was a blast. Is that the island that I put my grill on? Am I looking at it right now? It should be kind of behind me. Yeah, I think that's it. We probably want to make sure of this, because I don't think I marked that right. No, I didn't. What a knucklehead. So that's got to stop, and now put that there. Duh. Boy, would that have been stupid. I've been roaming around for a while looking for my... Oh, there's coconuts over there, although I don't really want to get them. I want to go... Oh, my goodness. I want to go toward that thing, which I think is actually over here. I struggle mightily. Yeah, I need to turn this way, right? Yeah. All right, let's be looking for fish while we're doing this, because this is the biggest reason why we're out here. Ooh, there's a bunch right here. Come on, somebody bite. One of ya. I just wonder why they're all blue fish. Like, what's up with that? Is there a way that I can influence that? Like, I would have thought changing to a different part of the ocean might have been the ticket, but that doesn't seem to have changed anything. Do I need to level up my fishing skill to unlock certain other fishes? You know what I mean? I would think that those fish would still exist. I just wouldn't be able to actually catch them because they would get away fast. Kind of thing. But, I don't know. We'll still be okay. We're going to make a lot of money from this effort. Where do we want to cast next? Let's continue onward toward that right there. I was right on top of it. Alright. There's a fish right there. Hey, buddy. I wonder if I go farther out, like away from land. Let's try that. There's nothing keeping me from going farther out to sea. So, like, right now we are pointed like, kind of out this way. And I'm thinking just go out a good ways and see if we start to see different kinds of fish just from being farther away from the mainland. Like maybe there's like different zones that different fish start to spawn. I mean, we're out here in coconut land, which it's pretty remote when you start seeing coconuts on these. Ooh, that's an eel. I want it. I want it bad. I don't know if I can catch it, but we're going to give it a try. Come on, baby. Yes! A stingray. Heck yeah. Is that... Come on. Swim over here to my spot, dude. Come on up here. Is that a bluefish? It seemed... Yeah, bluefish. Let's keep looking. So, obviously, moving farther out from the mainland was a good idea. Or I just got lucky. I mean, one of the two, but I'm going to continue to press this theory. There's another one there. Come on. I wonder how much these babies are worth. All right, stingray number 2. I'm liking this. Keep moving away from the mainland. I'm pretty sure that's another bluefish. There's a shark. I don't want anything to do with him. Is that another bluefish right there? I think so. The fish seem easier to spot out here for whatever reason. Pretty sure that's another bluefish. I want more stingrays. But I don't want to spend all night trying to find them. Let's just get fish fast and then head back. I want to get fully loaded on my inventory, head back, cook them up. If we can get like 100 plus saltwater, I think we're doing pretty darn good. Is this a fish? Yeah, it's a fish. Of course it's a fish. So we'll just kind of make sweeping circles. Like there's one there. In fact, there's several fish right in here. See a couple over there. I could maybe use this little island as a base, but I kind of want to be farther away from any kind of land mass, because that seems to have been the secret to finding the stingray. There's a couple right here. Let's just grab them. Fishing rod is holding up pretty well, so not worried about that just yet. Nice. More bluefish. Anybody see any rays? Oh, what was... There was like a... Look at the little starlights flying up like that. Did you see those little things? What were those about? Is that telling me that I'm getting like too far away from the mainland? Kind of neat. I haven't noticed those before. Alright, let's... Oh my gosh. Like, you can go from moving forward to, like, same speed moving backwards with one tap of a button. And it's kind of annoying, because you don't really mean to do that. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come on. Get some. I wonder if we should, I'm trying to think of other stories that I could tell. There was a story I told at one point about water balloon expedition we had when I was in college. So we got this brilliant idea one day when we didn't have much to do, which is pretty much all the time in college. We didn't have much to do, so... Oh, there's a fish right there under me. So we got a gazillion water balloons. And we decided to put them in the back of my buddy's truck and then drive around campus and throw them at people. Like, what could go wrong, right? So we're driving around campus, and we had made like 3 or 4 laps and thrown a bunch of them, and we didn't hit anyone yet. And then we come around this corner, and there's a guy running, just like out exercising, and he's running away from us, which makes it like an easier target because he's moving with us, you know what I mean? So it's almost like he's standing still. So we uncork, there's like 4 of us in the back of the truck, and we uncork a bunch of water balloons, and we hit him like 7 or 8 times. I mean, just blasted him. The first one hit him in the back of the neck, and he kind of like stumbled forward and regained his footing or whatever. But in the meantime, like 4 or 5 more hit him, and then he stops and he's yelling, and we're still moving and throwing, and a couple more hit him, and so we take off, of course, and while we're about now halfway around the other side of campus, we see the campus security truck go in like full speed, just zipping. So we know, like, uh-oh, dude called security, and we gotta go. So we drive back to our dorm, and we park my buddy, it was my roommate's truck, but we weren't at that dorm. But anyway, we park his truck, and we park it somewhere where we normally wouldn't park it because it's still jam-packed full of water balloons, right? And we're just I don't know what made us think, you know what, we'll just sit in the dorm and nobody will know it was us. So we sit there, and a few minutes later, not even a few minutes later, like 1 minute later, security knocks on the door because they know it was us. We're always out like messing around with water balloons and all kinds of stupid stuff, so they know we're up to no good. Plus, they had probably already seen us driving around throwing water balloons at people, just didn't do anything about it. So anyway, here we are, sitting in the dorm, and security knocks on the door, and he says, like, "Hey guys, were you out like throwing water balloons at people, or something along those lines?" And we're like, no, but we were thinking about it, and which we had to say because in the room with us was like 5 unopened bags of water balloons, at least 1 opened bag, mostly used water balloons. There was a water balloon launcher. There was a bucket full of water balloons already filled, and a bathtub in the next room full of water balloons. Because apparently we thought we were going to have like water balloon Armageddon. So anyway, he's like, all right, come on guys, seriously. Like, and so of course we admit, like, yeah, it was us. And so now the punishment was nothing to do with like education or school. It was, they told the baseball coach. And now baseball coach finds out that we've done all this stuff, and he ain't happy. I forgot to tell this part of the story. The guy that we hit, of all the people that we missed, the one guy we actually do hit owns a chain of department stores, or like clothing mostly. But anyway, he owns this chain. He's a like multi-millionaire businessman, whatever. And he's an alumni. And so of course, like, there's a dining hall named after him because all the money he donates to the school, and like, he's kind of a big deal at where I went to school. And we nailed him with water balloons, and he claims to have had, like, he said he had to go to the chiropractor and all this stuff. So when our coach finds out, he is furious. And we ran at least a half marathon in terms of how much ground we covered. But it wasn't always just running. Like, sometimes we had to run while holding baseball bats over our heads, which I can tell you is not fun. Oh, this is a different fish. What is this? Is it like a tuna or something? Is that a barracuda? So anyway, we ran so much, it was insane. I virtually thought I might die. Like, the thought, it crossed my mind, like, I don't know if I can survive this. That is a barracuda. Is that the first one of those that we caught? So why don't we mark this area? We'll go toward the island with the apple. So where is my grill? Is it... I don't want that. I want that. And we're kind of pointed toward it already. Right in that general neighborhood, I think, gets us to the island that we need. And I'm not super concerned about getting back to... Wait. No. I'm going toward home. And now I'm still going the wrong direction. I think I want to go basically this way. Sorry. This should get me... Am I going the right way? Yeah, but I'm on the wrong side of the island, which is okay. I can see the grills. I can just go here and hoof it across. So kind of coast in here. Let's leave it right there. So yeah, we ran a lot for that one. It was hilarious though. I mean, you should have seen this guy. When we hit him with the first one, he started stumbling forward. And then the next one, you know, as soon as he kind of caught himself, he like stands up to turn and like, you know, fist raised, pumping at us like, "Oh, you rock kids!" And then like 3 more hit him. it was amazing. So, did we learn our lesson? Sort of. We still did dumb stuff after that, but I'll tell you one thing we never did was run around or drive around campus throwing water balloons at people from the back of a truck. But we did a lot of dumb stuff in college. We had this game, I guess you could call it a game. It wasn't really a game because there were no points or anything. It was just something that we did where we would take a water balloon and a water balloon launcher and point the launcher straight up into the sky. What am I doing here? And so we launch these things up into the sky. I want to keep a stingray over here so that I don't accidentally hook both of them. In fact, I probably want a barracuda saved as well. So, but we would launch these balloons straight up into the sky and then try to catch them. No, what in the world? No, put it on the... There we go. We would try and catch it in a bucket that we were holding on our heads. Like, why we did this, I have no idea. Then we got this brilliant idea that, hey, why don't we launch eggs up into the sky? And it was like, well, what are we going to do with them? Well, we'll try and catch them too. And so that was sort of a game, but as awful and boring as this sounds like it might be, which depends on what kind of person you are, but anyway, there were still people in the area who would see us doing this and just like grab a beer, sit and watch us do this dumb stuff. And so now here we are, we're launching these things up into the sky, people are standing around watching, and I'm usually the one that was aiming them. So that's 68. If we do one more batch, I think we'll be in pretty darn good shape here. Let me check. I'm getting blasted with messages, so let me just check real quick. All right, anyway, so, oh yeah, people would start sitting around just watching us do this, which was kind of weird, but like whatever. So where were we? Like out here? Let's head for that thing. That was where we found the barracuda, which that is definitely the North Ocean. So maybe we actually, instead of that, why don't we go like there? Which is even more north and less east. And I'll bet you we start seeing barracudas instead of bluefish, or both. That's a barracuda right there. Stay there. Don't go too far, little buddy. No. No, I don't want you. I want him. Yes. There we go. Don't bite it, bluefish. Yes. Got him. But yeah, these people would sit around watching us do this, and so my strategy as the person aiming him aiming these balloons or eggs became every once in a while I'd get one that was a little wayward and land it close to where these people were sitting to just watch them scatter because the person who was trying to catch them would be running in their direction. Oh my goodness. The dumb stuff we did in college. But you know what? I also learned a bunch. Learned a lot about living and growing up and being an adult. That's mostly what college is. Yeah, you get an education on, your field of study or whatever, but it's really about learning to be a responsible adult. And sometimes doing dumb stuff is, a learning experience. And we got a lot of learning in that way. All right, I was kind of hoping we'd see some more barracudas, but it's okay. Let's just post up here, catch whatever we can. Is that a pearl over there? There's something glistening in the water over there. And I want it, whatever it is. Get on and drive. See that? You see what I'm talking about right there, guys? Get it. Heck yeah. Get in, get in. That jellyfish was trying to get me. And I think I thought I saw another one. But maybe not. Alright, so let's go like this. Real quick, just move just a hair that way. And now zoom in, get rid of that, and go like that. And now we know there's a pearl there. Yeah. Is that one right there? What is that? It is! Heck yeah. 2 of them. How about that? Get in. Okay, so now, again, I'm going to move just a little bit this way. Stop. Go like this. And now put it right in front of... Wait, where I'm pointing? I am looking away from it, so it should be right here. Boom, boom. 2 pearls. Heck yeah. All right. Cast a rod right there. Come on, bud. There you go. So at this point, I don't really necessarily care what fish we get. I just want to get fish fast so we can get this day over with. Because I know this has been a long episode. And I actually, now that I think about it, I've got to leave in like 10 minutes. So I got to wrap this up. So let's just catch a couple more fish. It'll still be a very lucrative episode. In terms of when I sell these fish. All right, where do I need to get back to? That guy. It's pretty far away, isn't it? It's kind of over here. There's another pearl. So right off the front of the boat. Heck yeah. How many pearls do we have? 4 pearls today. And there's a fish right there. Come on. We'll get this guy. Wait, where'd he go? What in blazes? That should get us headed toward the island that we need to be at. But there's a big island in the way that I need to go out to the left of. If I see a ray or a barracuda, I will stop for it. If not, we just keep on moving. I can grab, if there are coconuts on this island, I suppose I could grab them. I don't see any. Kind of thought we might, but I might have gotten them recently, apparently. I haven't been looking for the fish. Just go around the sharky shark. Where is the island that I am looking for? Okay, I gotta turn here. I was gonna say, like, we should be there. But I didn't see it. I was expecting it to still be ahead of me. Let's just grab... Oh, man. Let's grab one of these guys. What? Forget you guys. I want this guy now. We achieved some sort of milestone, so we'll check that out in a second. There we go. All right. So, just head up to the grill. We'll pop these on, cook them, head back, put them away, go to bed, and that's it. All right, so boom, boom. I think the Barracuda produces multiples. Oops. Come here. Yeah, that Barracuda is just cranking them out. I love it. All right, that's it, right? Yeah, because we're going to save the Stingray and the Barracuda to give to Theo. Pick up the grill. Or to Bobby. All right, now I can squash that. And now we got to get home. Which I think is basically this way. Although I think I want to kind of swing out here. Yeah. Pretty sure I want to go around this. Yep. So thank you for the tip, whoever told me about doing this, because this is something that's going to hopefully set us up where financially we're in, we don't have to kind of worry about cash a ton. We're not going to be totally financially free now, but that should be a bunch of cash for what we have just done. Why am I getting... Golly, we still have so far to go. I got to go all the way out around this thing. You know what I can do? We're going to come right over here, and we're going to just leave a boat. We're going to leave it right there, and we're going to go on foot the rest of the way. I'll see where it is on the map. We can run up there if we need it again, but this is going to get us home a lot faster, and like I said, I've got to go, so I don't have time to wait around for that, or to go all the way around. I was going to say, there's got to be a bridge here, and there it is. Okay, so we can put the Barbies back out here. Yes, put it there. Thank you. Okay, let's come over here because 77 cooked saltwater fish are going in there. These two I need to keep with me. The jelly, I guess, we'll put in there, right? Pearls in there. Hang on. So, spear, fishing rod, shovel, and then we need... Tomorrow's going to be a mining day, actually. So, basic spear, iron spear, copper pickaxe, copper pickaxe. That should be more than enough to survive down there. Which means shovel and fishing rod can go in there. Mining pass. What else do I need when I go down there? Torches, right? Yeah. I wonder if I should bring... Didn't I buy a torch? Like the flashlight thing? I guess not. So I'm going to get a bunch of mangrove sticks and make wooden torches. Can I just not just click max? We'll do 40 of them to make 320 torches. That's should be way more than I need down there. What else do I need? I need food. And I am thinking giant drumsticks instead of Waddle Tea. And I kind of like fruit salad. It gives me some defense. I don't know what that one looks like wood chopping, but I'm not sure. We're going to do that. We'll eat that. We'll use that for some other reinforcements and maybe some croco meat. That's plenty to last us while we're down there. Now, I am going to take a couple pieces of iron and turn the spear that I've got into a copper spear. Palm wood. Oh, no, that's not how that works. It's just a palm wood plank. So why don't we do that? Go like that, and we'll make one copper spear. And now let's put those back. And I really got to move that thing. The regular spear can also go back. I think that's it for when we go down there. Oh, old keys. Where are you at? Old key. Boom. So copper spear will stay up there. That will stay there. That can go up there. There we go. That's it. Oh, wait. Pearl picker. 100 points for that, and call it a day. So we should level up our fishing a ton, obviously. Not really worried about the other stuff. This was a fishing day. Look how many bluefish we caught. It just kept going off the menu. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Heck yeah. Level 38 foraging. And 50,000 dinks earned. Game saved. And that is going to do it for this episode. Just a quick glance. Still nothing quite ready on the sugarcane front. Fruit-wise, nothing notable there. We got some mail. I think it was a animal that we trapped, which we should have looked at that at the end of the last episode, but we screwed that up. Looks like we got some. Ooh, there's a mushroom. Field mushroom. Anyway, it'll be our first day of fall to start the next episode, but that is going to do it for this episode. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, smash that subscribe button, and comment below, and we'll see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?